beautiful people. Welcome to Spilled Milk, where there's no point in crying over spilled milk. Why? Because we weren't going to drink it anyway. Today I'm doing a very special collaboration with Seasoned Life, aka Lannie. She's a good friend of mine, and she's letting me take over her kitchen to actually redo one of her recipes dairy-free. If you haven't seen her apple hand pie recipe, highly recommend you check it out. It's linked in the description box below. And today I'm going to be redoing that completely dairy-free. I have her video here on my phone to guide me step by step, as well as her off camera to help me out. And so let's get started. First step is to peel and cut the apples. I don't peel things because I usually cut myself, so I won't be peeling these apples. You can if you like. As Lannie mentions in her video, the point is to cut the apples quite small since you're not going to bake them beforehand. You want to make sure they bake in the oven. I will be completely honest, I am not the best with knife skills, so they were all kinds of sizes, all kinds of whatever, and they still came out great, as you'll see. So just do your best. As I mentioned, Lannie is off camera, and since we are good friends, we were chatting throughout the video, so you'll get to hear some of that. My voiceover is gonna be, so I'm trying to be careful because Lannie told me she doesn't do blood, so if I cut myself, I'm on my own.
You're on your own. I wonder if you want to use an apple and a half instead of 2 whole apples to prevent from like how I had like so much filling and I was trying to.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll eat the other half. You just want to use like a half instead of having like an overflow filling.
So maybe like that much.
Yeah, like an apple and a half.
So this is apple and a half. So this is the other half.
No, 1 apple and then a half of an apple. That's just 1 apple. Is that just 1 apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is just 1 apple. I completely lost track. I was like,
1.5 apples. Maybe I should have said that like that.
No, I still would have made, because in my mind I'm like, this is 2 apples already. And I'm like, no, it's not. Oh man. So assuming you can count apples, like I apparently could not at this moment, you're only going to need about an apple, maybe an apple and a half. As you'll see later, it gives you plenty of filling. So if you're trying to make 10, which is a recipe that Lannie used that I made, you're only going to need about an apple. If you're making more than that, then obviously use more apples. So at this point, I've added all of the spices, the flour, and the salt. Lannie doesn't measure, and I really don't either when it comes to this kind of thing. I think you should do whatever you like. And so if you're not really sure, just taste in between. It's your right as the maker of whatever you're making to taste it. So taste in between, see what you like, and then tweak as you go. So in Lannie's recipe, she uses cream cheese. I picked up the Miyoko's vegan cream cheese. I love Miyoko's, if y'all know. If you follow me, y'all know. Their butter is amazing. Their cream cheese is pretty good as well. I prefer flavored cream cheese, but obviously for this, it's a classic cream cheese. They have this version, and I want to say like a scallion version or something. Obviously not appropriate for here, but if you're interested in cream cheese, highly recommend this product. Lannie used 2 ounces for the clean stuff. Let's see, a total of 8 ounces, so 2 ounces is 1/4 of that. Okay, let's eyeball this. In Lannie's recipe, her cream cheese was not softened. I may have made the same mistakes. I forgot to pull it out in time. Let's see what we have. Just put a little bit of arm work in, would be fun. So this is what we have so far. Pretty good. I believe there's a taste test involved to make sure we liked how it tasted. Take this little niblet here. Okay. Cream cheese is interesting to me in this. Maybe just generally. Is cream cheese normally sweet? Oh no. Okay, never mind. Alright. On to the pie crust. So Lannie's video used the Pillsbury pie crust. Fun fact, Pillsbury pie crust is actually dairy-free. I did not buy it though because Lannie's face. Yeah, I didn't know that either until I looked it up because I was trying to find dairy-free pie crust and imagining that would be a little bit of a difficult task. But yeah, Pillsbury pie crust is dairy-free. If you're trying to like be careful of more like chemicals, maybe not the best way to go, which is why I picked up Publix. If you don't have a Publix, I'm sorry for you. But Pillsbury is a good way to go, totally dairy-free if you need it. I am struggling to open it. Here we go. Alright. So Lannie refused to waste her good pie crust, and I will follow suit and try to get, I think, 20 circles total out of 2 pie crusts. You can also obviously make your own pie crust, but if you're just trying to save some time, this is a solid option. Okay, those are my 8. Okay, let's get these last 2 out of it. Did you use a rolling pin or just your hands?
It's my hand.
So at this point, I'm putting in the effort to make sure that the pie crusts that I am mashing down are the same level of thickness of the ones that I just cut out. That way they can bake evenly. If you have a rolling pin, this is much easier. Do you have a rolling pin? Okay, that's totally cool. I'm gonna keep the faith and keep on working. So Lannie must work out, y'all, because it definitely took me a little bit more time to get this down to the same level of thickness as the other ones. But after putting in my arm workout for the day, I finally got it. Okay. Oh yeah. Keep the faith. This is the second workout to get what I thought was the last of the 10 circles for this pie crust. Okay, that'll do. Not even this anymore. But this won't get wasted. We'll make a little like croissant or something out of this. I'm just not gonna put any more hard effort into getting that together. Wait, how many did you have? 10?
10. Mm-hmm.
Oh dang, I did. You know what? You got 9. We're gonna go for 9. I'm just not. You gotta know when to pick your battles, folks. This is not one of them. So after cutting out my 9 circles, not 10, I went ahead and filled them. Very simple. Take a spoon, spoon them in the middle, leave some space on the edges so you can crimp them shut, as you'll see in a second. So they're not overfilling, but they are poking out the top a little bit. So
That's okay, you need vent holes anyways. So they won't burst to the oven.
I'm gonna leave that in there. I think my theory was that if I went high, it would be easier to not overfill them, and that theory was incorrect. A quick note on crimping. You want to take the top circle of dough and lay it on top of your filling in the bottom circle of dough. And then you can either take your hands or your fingertips first and then kind of press down a little bit and then use the tines, or just go in with the tines of the fork to crimp them, kind of like press and seal them together. In case your hand pies don't already have vent holes like some of mine did, you should take a knife and poke a small hole in the top. That way they can ventilate while baking. Before you pop them in the oven, you want to cover them with an egg wash. That's simply 1 egg with some water, scrambled up a little bit, and then cover your hand pies with it. I'm not usually a fan of egg wash because I'm never fully sure about not having scrambled eggs on top, but it's really helpful for browning, and Lannie did it, so we're following her recipe. After that, you're going to pop them in the oven until golden brown. Approximate-ish times will be in the description box below. So with the rest of the dough, and because we had extra fillings, I only did 9, whereas Lannie did 10, I'm going to make a big one. Putting in more arm strength. If you have something like this shape, like a can, you could use that as a rolling pin instead. But obviously you have to clean it. So for right now, I'm just putting in that good arm work. I'm gonna make one big one. Actually, I'm gonna put it here so I can fold it over. Let's see where this is what all the filling this is going to take. So at this point, I'm just doing the same thing I did for the rest of the hand pies, crimping the edges, adding an egg wash, poking a hole for ventilation at the top, and I'm going to pop it in the oven. However, I still had more filling, so let's see what happens with that.
You still have that?
Yeah.
How? And you didn't even use 2 whole apples.
I made a little turnover and I still got extra.
Oh, your turnover is so cute.
Thank you. I don't know. I couldn't even tell I had 1 apple instead of 2, so I really don't know. So my hand pies are done. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer them to the sheet and then zoom in, or yeah, a little cooling rack here. And zoom in so y'all can see. They look pretty good. Ooh. Pretty good. So I ended up making my own pastry dough out of flour, Miyoko's butter, and water, because I had enough filling for 2 additional turnovers in addition to the big one I just put in the oven. So I'm putting those in the oven as well to bake while I finish the video. But all in all, 1.5 apples gives you quite a bit of filling, but you're always welcome to use more. All right, y'all, so my hand pies are mostly done. I have 2 more in the oven, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my whipped cream so y'all can see that. So in Lannie's video, she used heavy cream and then added honey to it. If you want to go that route, you can use coconut cream, not coconut milk, canned coconut cream. And you're gonna open it up, take off the cream itself, leave the liquid in there because that's gonna mess up your whip if you use that. Just take that out, add the honey, and whip it up like so, and it'll be a perfect correlation to heavy cream. I'm gonna be honest with you and say I don't feel like doing this right now. So another option, if you were like me and kind of want to save some time/effort, is to buy the Redi Whip. Redi Whip has 2 non-dairy versions. One is coconut milk and one is almond milk. I picked up the coconut milk one. They're both pretty good. And I believe they have them in the tubs as well. But this is the classic Redi Whip bottle. So I'm going to crack that open. All right. Give it a good shakes. Hopefully yours is a little bit less messy than mine. I like this hand pie. And boom, y'all. There you go. And this was the dairy-free version of Seasoned Life's apple hand pies with the Miyoko's cream cheese, either the Redi whipped cream or the canned coconut cream for your homemade whipped cream. I hope y'all like it. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. I don't know why I forgot to record my reaction, y'all. This is good. Pie crust is store-bought, so it's gonna be consistent, but the filling is solid. Filling is really solid. I like it a lot. I maybe would have added even a little more cream cheese to give it more of a gooey texture on the inside. But oh man, this whipped cream is really good. This is solid. Highly, highly recommend, y'all. Not just because I made it, but because it's actually really good. So see you next time.